What's going on, guys? Skyway Trader here. So I actually recorded a video, um, just kind of going through my like morning analysis, and then kind of the trades I took this morning, and I kind of botched the whole recording, switching in and out of screens and stuff. So I'm basically redoing it, kind of, but I'm just doing it in replay. But I'm doing this like after the morning session's done. Where it's currently 12:16 p.m. New York time. So I'm kind of gonna just review what I was thinking as I got on the screen, and then what I ended up doing in this morning. And then I'm gonna back test the morning because I want to see, and this is more for myself as to whether I would have got like been involved with the moves that happened later on in the day, in the morning, because I was like, as I ended the last video, I said, I mean, I wasn't expecting much once opening occurred, but we had some big moves today that I wasn't part of, and I'm fine with that. Like, kind of a little bit of FOMO coursing through me right now, but um, still. I ended the day green, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And that's, I should be, I should be happy with that. And so, but anyways, it is always just a good idea to like, review price action, see, you know, you learn something from going through the charts and seeing how price is unfolding, and whether or not like my model or like the way I trade fits what happened today. Just it's good practice in a sense. Okay, but anyways, so I got up like right here, and basically we were kind of just chopping around. We are looking at, let me go to the 5 minute here real quick on this chart, and I'll expand this up. So basically, when we entered, or right before, or right as I got on, basically, we were looking at price here, and we're basically chopping. And we're chopping because we've got a 15-minute BISI here, and we've got a 5 minute SIBI here. And so price is just going back and forth between these two PD arrays. Um, Above us, we have this daily SIBI, and then below, we have an hourly BISI and an hourly uh, BISI, or a daily SIBI as well, or daily BISI as well. So basically, kind of bouncing. Like if we look at the last few days, we just kind of like we passed through the daily BISI and created it, and so and actually it was created right here, and so and then basically prices respecting this hourly BISI as well. So bullish order flow. Um, we're kind of grinding up slowly, and we come into the daily SIBI. We have a reaction down, um, and so that's kind of where we left it this morning, right? So, and then we come in, we're grinding lower, and we have this 5 minute SIBI, which creates a new low. Okay. So this tells me that this is kind of significant. And then we see that basically price goes bounce, 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 bounce. We're going back and forth between this SIBI and this BISI. And so when I came into the charts, I was right before the unemployment numbers, and we see the unemployment numbers come out. Price just rockets down, sweeps sell side. Um, Takes out, I think that's basically it, this level sell side here. And then we see it close back up. So on the 15 minute, we end up seeing that it closes above, confirming bearish, or sorry, bullish price action, right? So we saw that confirmation, but Was I involved in any trades? No. So I was hoping that, maybe we would get some kind of inverse down here, but and what I was targeting was just this high here. I was not expecting us to get way up here by any means, but lo and behold, we had this big candle just come out of nowhere. Um, and I know some people who did catch this, but great. Had I seen what I was looking for down here, which was more of like a come up, pull back, and then come back up, I could have gotten involved on the 15-second or 30-second, which I did not see happen. I got a 15-second inverse here, but there's still a volume imbalance here, and then like basically price just kept grinding up. It did not pull back and give an opportunity to kind of see another inverse form. I don't like to take the first inverse, so I really try not to, unless it's like showing some really crazy momentum, which we kind of saw here, I guess. But I don't know. I was just kind of iffy about it, especially since it's the day before NFP. I was really careful. But anyways, so um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so we grind up slowly, start to pull back, and then all of a sudden we just see this huge candle come out of nowhere. And yeah, I mean, was not expecting this, but it created another data wick. So we got data wick down here for unemployment numbers, and then another data wick up here, right? So technically, these are draws on liquidity. These are huge targets, and want to see price sweep one and then go to the other, or price sweep one and go to the other. But I wasn't expecting this type of price action today, honestly, because of NFP being tomorrow. I was thinking that people were just going to get chopped up, and I mean it ended up being decent price action. Excuse me. So what I ended up doing was I was just anticipating crappy price action, so I just looked for the small play to get in and out, and that was it. So what I ended up doing was after this was formed, I would drop to 15th second, 30-second, and the 30-second gave us this inverse here. So we had this huge move up, move down, pull back, and then inverse formed. So this is what I like to trade. I know it's technically the first inverse, but there, like, if you go to lower time frames, I'm sure there was something that was inverse in here. Um, and I'm talking like 5, 10 second, whatever. And plus, like, with a big data candle like this, like, I mean, I'm looking to like, I mean, this is like ideal, like where you're gonna see some drawback or pullback into the gap. And so my bias is switched briefly from bullish to bearish here, as this is, and especially, this is the big thing. The SIBI has the mean threshold here, and this mean threshold is, respected very well here. So um, I am bearish temporarily. And so what ends up happening is I took this first trade after the close down here, and basically as soon as it moves lower and crosses this, I go break even, but then I get stopped out at break even. And then we see another pullback here and another inverse formed here. Let's mark this out. That there. So we close below, but I'm not super convinced because of the choppiness here. Then we get another nice momentum candle down. Still not 100% convinced. We see a pullback, and then we tap into it again, and then we see this down candle starting to form. This is where I entered right here. As we're crossing with my stop, like a hard stop above here. Price, comes lower, uh, and my break even is right here. And basically, price rips down and it just dumps. Like, it forms a wick, but I'm basically once I got the move down and I saw price kind of stalling here, I got out. So I got out around here. And so it's about a 1.1.5 move. And that was my trading day. Like I basically took this profit. I'm like, I'm done. Like I know NFPs tomorrow. I don't need to be messing around after this. So, and I was expecting that after open and everything, things were going to chop around, and I was wrong. So price kind of continues on, and it does chop after I got in and out. Here's basically up until open, we just kind of chop, consolidate, and we're coming up. This is 9:20. I'm gonna go back to the 1 minute here for this, and so creep forward. Price is just chopping. And then we have open. Open taps into this previous inverse. And so like again, I at this point in time, after I've gone down and we're chopping, I don't have a clear bias. I like technically we're in this SIBI, this daily SIBI, and from here this is a major area of liquidity. We've created a data wick. We honestly could go either up to get this data wick and then either continue higher or come lower. Or we see price go down for the unemployment data week. I'm not sure where we're going here. So, like, I honestly like we see like we sweep the highs here and we say this high here and we enter this here. Do we get an entry to go lower? We do. So not on the 1 minute, but if we go down to like the 15 second, here's the inverse. Right here, which is a tiny inverse, so it's not really obvious. I would not take this. Like again, it's probably happened so fast too. Like I mean, I wasn't expecting a Judas swing. I wouldn't be expecting a Judas swing here because we created a data wick and another data wick down here. So like I don't know what price is going to do. So price does eventually head lower here, and just going to kind of let price play out. Like we see this here in hindsight, can we get involved here? Yeah, sure. Let's see where we're at. So from here to here, we're below 50%. So if I was able to catch on that, hey, we're heading lower here, um, if there's an entry within this range right here somewhere, so let's see. Not on the 15 second, and probably not on 30 second either. So no, like, and this price is just going whoop, 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 whoop. Like would have been really difficult. We do see an inverse back up from this level here, which proved as support earlier. So this could have thrown me off. But again, like what we're looking for at this point is basically some definitive liquidity to be taken. Uh, this is liquidity. This is liquidity. So basically, one of those two need to be hit for me to be 100% certain that hey, okay, now we're going to go the other way. Um, so and like yeah, again, like if this was above this price was out above 50% and I was able to get involved here, uh, I would have taken it. I mean, maybe I could see myself taking a trade like that, but this was 50% of this range here. So nope, we don't get that. And gonna go down back to the 1 minute here. Let's keep going. The price does go down. Um, and we're after open. Here's the macro time right here. So 9:50. Let's mark that out. So if we're looking to get involved, and my model is like bias momentum time model, three of these need to be involved. I don't have bias, so that's that. Momentum was there. We had momentum to the downside. Time out of macro. The only thing that made sense is 9:30, But I mean, again, macro. If I'm talking about time, I'm usually talking about um, a macro time that we know that price is going to move towards liquidity or do something. Generally speaking, um, so time wasn't here, and then model. Uh, you could see it, you could argue a 15-second inverse down in here to get involved, but it was in discount, so not the best trade. Not like none of these were kind of involved here, or one of these where momentum was there, but other than that, nothing else was there. So now we've hit sell side, and we have more sell side lower here. This BISI, but we don't know what's going to happen. So keep going. So now we see a bullish reaction. We got a 1 minute inverse here. Don't take the first inverse. Let's see. We're in macro now. Here's a second inverse right here. So I would have, I mean, it's not super obvious, but it's there. What this means for me is if I were in here, what do I got? We've hit sell side. So my bias is short-term bullish for sure. It could go to data highs. So like technically what I'm aiming for is this there, right? So 1 to 3. Um, and I actually probably that would be the trade technically. So they're pretty good. And there'd be take profits here. So um, definitely 100%. This is this high right here, break even. So SL to BE entry there. Usually it's for me it's 2 to 3 minis. I don't know what risk is here. It would depend on that. And stop loss, hard stop is here. Um, so uh, let's see there. So I get stopped out of break even because I crossed here and immediately price just came back against me. This would be the trade. That's it. So that's done. We're still in macro time. So we took the lows out, but no inverse. Let's go lower time frame. There's a 30-second, but kind of just slowly grinding into it. Momentum's not there. So let's see. Bias time model. Uh, do we have a model? Mm, yeah. So let's see. Is this significant? Yes. Did we create another high? Yes. So this is significant here. This is a significant area for me. We crossed, took out sell side, closed above. No, not yet. Now we did, but we invalidated it. Took out the high or matched it. I would be really iffy about taking this. Would I take it if I was FOMOing? Yeah, sure. So let's just say I FOMO'd in and I have bias, momentum, time, model, all four. So for me, I would have FOMO'd here just because I would expect maybe I can hit this high. Um, did I go break even? We invalidated, so technically the model's out. So there's still bias, momentum, time here. So let me just mark out the end of the macro there. Sorry. So that's the end of the macro. Um, would I have gotten involved here? I can see myself FOMOing in. So let's just say I did, right? And my hard stops down here. I'm aiming for, again, data highs, but break even should be above this high. So basically, let's see what the next candle does. It takes this high and goes lower. I got an expansion candle up. I basically moved to break even here as soon as I got up, and I'd be stopped at break even. So again, not a good trade because we have price chopping around, and usually if you take one and you don't get it, you shouldn't go for it again. Basically, I what would I want to wait for? So if I took a 1 minute, which I did over here, and it didn't play out, going to the lower time frame. I mean, it can work. Like it could. Like I mean, this is like again a good setup. It was invalidated, so it already crossed the high before I wanted to get in, and that just makes it less likely to succeed because there's a chance that you're going to pull back and get stopped out. This could have been a full loss had I been involved. And like in hindsight, like the way I'm behaving, like oh price went up, I'd move my stop to break even. Would I? Would I be fast enough to do it? I don't know. This is 30 seconds, so maybe, but maybe I could have taken a loss here. I could have easily taken a loss. I could have gotten shaken out here with this down candle because I was hoping momentum would be on my side here and go right away. And if it didn't, I would be a little hesitant and a little shaky, especially since my entry was not good. My entry was so late here. So again, like probably not a great trade. Um, let's say how things just keep playing out here. So it does end up going and hitting the high, and that would have been TP1 or at least break even. No, break even was here for me, so I went break even right away. So I got knocked out. But had I not, and this would have been break even, so I would have hit break even. Let's see what happens. That would have been break even. So price again chops goes lower. And we're at this point, we're like, this was not an expansion macro, it was a consolidation macro. We are at the end of the macro here, and that's it. So time is out now. So what are we looking at? Like, could we have, I was looking for buys, right? In this macro, we swept highs here, could have gone short. Yeah, you have this consolidated move, right? Highs here, all highs swept. We're in this SIBI technically. And then you have this 30-second. This is a great short if your bias is short. But see, it's hard to give a short bias after taking data wicks. We do have sell side, so you're not like we wouldn't be wrong. But again, you got to be nimble here. So let's just say we play this out. It's a busy, right? And it gets inverse. So inverse. So we got this inverse. We have momentum to the downside. So, I mean, that's a protected high for now. Uh, so we have sell side, break even would be here. I would say take profits there too, or like a TP1. It's at what, 0.7. I'd still do it. And then aiming for the low here, and then maybe the low here, right? So let's just say if we were going for broke, that's it, right? That's the trade, right? So let's just say we took this, uh, and oh, what am I doing? Oops. What was I doing? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna annotate here. So entry here, let's just say I would say like probably two minis. Mm, by the way, this is exactly how I journal. So, like, if I have a trade, this is like how I'm journaling my trades. I go in and I just talk about what I'm expecting, what I'm doing. EP1, SL, 2BE, and 1 minute here, right? So we definitely hit that. Price goes, takes a low. This could be your second TP. Like if you have three contracts, could be TP2. This is a good move, right? Like could be more, right? So the only thing with this is that bias is flip-flopping, and you've gotta learn, you've gotta know and be okay with flip-flopping, and you've gotta also be okay with losing, because like some of these moves just go completely against you, like fast. Um, but again, this is why like I like to look through the stuff in hindsight, like just see where my head's at. Like so here, like we took out the highs, we hit a SIBI. Bias could be bearish. Um, we have momentum to the downside. This is a really tricky trade to take because it's the first inverse, right? Um, and generally speaking, I don't like to do that, but this isn't major liquidity we're taking. This is like consolidative um, liquidity, so it's going to be a quick move down if it's going to work. So, anyways, yeah, uh, like we moved to stop loss pretty quickly, take profit here, take profit here, and then if you have another contract, you can let it run to the 1 hour or even the daily. Just it's up to you. Trail it, depend like however you want to do that. But we let's see what happens here. We go lower? No. So we get stopped out at break even here. So if you had a third contract, great. Even if you had a second contract, great. And then if you have two, say like I had two here and not three, then technically what you could have done is move to break even here, taking your take profit one here, and then take TP2 down lower. That's up to you. I personally have been learning it's just better to just take something off right away and then move to break even as ASAP because you don't know what the market's going to do. The market's super volatile. Like, just get in and get out as soon as possible. That's ideal. You don't, your P&L doesn't go up fast, but it at least is positive. So, I mean, when I've learned, and another video is coming up about my Apex journey. So, I really need to update that because I've had some turbulence on that end, and I want to go into why. But anyways, that'll be the next video. But anyways, so like you know, uh, basically keeping our place short is in our best interest. So look, we're seeing price grind up now. So like, how do we confirm bullish bias here? So look, we got a 2 minute here, a 2 minute Cibi right here, okay? And my chart's getting pretty full here, so let me just get rid of all this. Perfect. So, and I'm just gonna, we're in this 15-minute BISI, right? Kinda ish, but not really. Let's see. Do we respect it? No, we closed below it. So technically, when this happens, bearish bias, like, and like that's where all this kind of gets a little tricky. Like being on the lower time frame, I was going against higher time frame bias here when I like we swept this unemployment data wick. I know we had data wick up top. So that's why I always say when we sweep a low, this entry, sorry, it was a 1 minute. I took 15 second look pretty good too. We swept here, kind of went up, didn't inverse completely, then had a lower low. Are we in macro? No, we're not in macro, so that's not good. We don't get into macro until here. So anyways, so let's just say this is first inverse or outside of macro. We can pull back. We get another inverse here, 15 second here. Momentum, bias, time, model. Yeah, all there. Significant BISI right here because off of this we create a new high. Come low, come higher. This is pretty good 15 seconds. So let's say yeah, let's just say that, right? And TP1 and then TP2, right? Obviously we don't get there, we know that. But this could have been a profitable trade because you take something and move BE off here. I would, anyways. And then price gets stopped out at break even. So if you had two contracts or more, you would have made something off this trade. So that's good. But anyways, that's a in the past. But anyways, what I was trying to say was short-term bias is bullish, right? And then we see that we go break even and we're respecting these SIBIs up here. So and then we created another low here, another opportunity to go long. Uh Again, not a great entry here because all this gets swept up here. We have the momentum, but we don't have the model per se. Uh, and time's there, bias is there. But again, short-term bias is short-term. Uh, so you could take this, but you got to be really nimble. Like if I entered here, as soon as this crossed, which it did, I would have gone break even and I would have got stopped out. So that's it. Like, I mean, really short trade. And then, like again, like this is where this trade really makes sense. If I was paying attention and I saw that 15-minute close below here, like I would maybe disregard all this and then look for this opportunity right here to go short, and that would have been a good trade, a good profitable trade. It would have not gone to the lows here, but it makes sense to do this. This trade makes sense to me. But then we see price go up. So at what point do you say, "Oh, now I'm bullish"? If I got this 15-minute close, but we're seeing price go up, when do we know that we can say, "Okay, I'm pretty bullish here"? Well, we did sweep a big uh low here. So the confirmation for me comes here. Once you see a lower time frame uh P array get disrespected, I would say that's my cue to look for longs. So here's a 2 minute CIVI here, which we see price ping pong between this low and this PD array. So I am looking to see whether the 2 minute closes above there, right here, right? So two things you can do. Like you can take this long here if you're willing to accept the risk. That's my risk, which is 294 points, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Cannot cannot take that because even if you're going for data highs, yeah, it's a 1.5. I mean, if you're willing to take that risk, like I mean, 1 micro, 2 micros, maybe. I don't know. That's what I'd be doing. But then where's your break even? Right up here. It's a pretty big distance to go. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's a pretty big drawdown to get involved with. But this presents an opportunity. So we've closed above here. So I'm bullish now, right? Um, let's see. Here's the leg up. Let's get mean threshold. We're in discount. So a lower time frame. We have a BISI here. Not a significant one. This is not significant. But let's see on the lower time frame. Do we have any significance? No. No. Not much to work with. All that we have is 50%. And your conviction here has to be really good. Like you got to be pretty committed to a move up higher. Your data low swept, and you have to be convinced that we're going to go higher because we closed above that 2 minute. So a little shaky, not gonna lie. I mean, that's kind of hard. Manipulation lower. Okay. So we got a manipulation lower. Uh, and this can present a really good opportunity. We're in discount. We took out a low. I feel better about going long now than I did like just a few minutes, like a second ago. So let's see. Anything here? There's a 15-second. That's the first inverse. Are we taking the first inverse? I don't like to. I mean, if I'm super convinced, I would, but I mean, this is a risky play. Keep going. Okay, there's break even if you were to get in. This would be the entry right here. Break even. We're grinding. Is there any other opportunities? So we've got created this 15-second. We're grinding up. Here's a 1 minute, 2 minute. Ah, here you go. No, we have a singular fair value gap. Yeah, there we go. 3 minute close here. This this is a good trade. I know it's a big stop, but we've confirmed what we've confirmed like that we've got another inverse, we've got model, momentum, we don't have time. That's what's missing here. But again, three of these, bias, momentum, model, still A plus. We swept a low. That's a pretty good trade. Break even here. Take profit one if you want. Okay, got some pullback. Let's go down to 1 minute. See, this is interesting. Where are we right now? Macro. Macro's right here. Oops. Macro to macro, right? So this right here is awesome. We got the macro coming. We're in a BISI. We're sweeping lows. Are we 50%? 50% of this leg? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's great. So 50% of this leg got a reaction up, and we're in the macro now. Let's see. Any inverses? 30-second. Doesn't look great. 1 minute, no gaps at all. So it has to be on the 15-second or 30. So we kind of got that W shape here. 15-second. second. Kind of wondering what do here. I think if I'm playing it properly, wait for the 30-second inverse. So let's just for this to go. Oh, thank God I waited. Okay, we got S&T at the lows. All right, so that's an entry, right? Let's just say boom, buy into there. Let me get all this out. And hard stop, stay below this low. Stop loss there. TP is there. Take profit one is there. And also break even. You could go break even here or here. Let's see what our momentum's like. Not like a momentum. Oh, that's good momentum. I would put stop loss break even now. Oh, broke broke even. Oh, cool. Okay. So there, break even. And yeah, it eventually plays out. So momentum came in later. But see, do you see what I mean in this market? Like just if I had taken take profit right there, yeah, it's not like a full amount or anything, but just I would have got something. And then even if I got zero here and it went without me, hey, I walked away with something, right? At least it's break even, which is fine. Better than nothing. But still, that's kind of how I think about it. But anyways, yeah, this video is going a little long. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see, future content. And yeah, I will be coming out with updates on my Apex 300K journey. I do need to do those videos. It's been busy on the personal side. But anyways, take care, guys. See you next time.